The city of Juarez is a charming Mexican town that offers fine dining, interesting attractions, and great shopping opportunities. The city of Juarez is a stone's throw from the US border and has a population of almost 2 million working people, both men and women. Sure, expect the number of women is dwindling. There are less and less of them every year, every day. If you've never been to Mexico's Ciudad Juarez, we hope you will come visit one day. Hurry up, so if you still want to see any women around. In Ciudad Juarez, you can find a wide variety of Mexican items, including leather goods, traditional clothing, silver and turquoise jewelries, exotic fruits and vegetables, and much more. But you won't see any girls, just a lot of pink crosses, a forest of wooden crosses painted pink, one for each missing woman. Come on, what's the big deal? Just 5,000 murdered or disappeared women in the last 20 years. This is a world record, and it's held by Ciudad de Juarez. Sure, you have to give or take a few. The figures aren't completely accurate. Many of these women are buried out in the desert or were melted in acid. Their bodies never found. Some might have been handed over to the red light industry for videos sexuales, snuff movies, or sold to some Yankee who could afford to pay cash for fresh meat. The one natural resource that's still a bargain around here. In Juarez, the life of a poor woman is worth less than a pound of potatoes. Tourist agencies can't advertise that attraction. Of course, the authorities wouldn't allow it, don't want the town to get a bad reputation with foreign tourists visiting the country. After all, it's only women's flesh and blood we are talking about. Mass slaughter, a genocide of young women, little girls, workers, housewives, students, and poets like me. That's all. Blood of my own, blood of sunrise, blood of a broken moon, blood of silence. We can still turn to our families, sure, but for us, home is the most dangerous place for all. Older women blame it all on the factories that opened up near the US border, allowing women to finally start working too. They turned out to be the ideal workers for the maquiladoras, vast assembly lines producing sophisticated hi-fi equipment for the rich. With their quick, slender fingers, teenage girls work non-stop, putting together the latest technological wonders. Flat panel, TV screens, smartphones, Toshiba, Philips, Samsung, Sony, Panasonic. They've all moved their plans out here because a woman's work is valued the same as her life, less than the price of a pound of potatoes. And in the eyes of our men, working women are nothing but worse. They can't see any difference between women who sell her labor and women who sell their bodies. The assembly workers earn money, take buses on their own, support their families, and pay for their husbands' drinking bings. It's just too humiliating for their men to let them stay alive. Anyway, the government doesn't have time to deal with this kind of thing, and neither do the police. They have more important matters to worry about. What's the use of seeking justice? Nobody ever gets indicated anyway. Sea of my abyss, blood, painful moment of my birth, nourished by my last appearance. The youngest was 15, the oldest 40, like Maricela. I saw her limp, defenseless body light out like a flower in front of the very courthouse where she denounced her daughter's murder. They'd let him off the hook right away. Lack of evidence, they said. Maricela was the last victim in 2010, number 446, to be exact. Ni una mujer más. Not one woman more. Great slogan, right? I thought it up. Ni una mujer más. I cried out, not knowing I would be the next. I was the first to be murdered in 2011. I'd gone out to meet my girlfriends that night, didn't even bring my purse. They found me 5 days later in the middle of the street, half naked, my left hand chopped off, my head stuffed inside a black garbage bag. I loved this town of mine to the very end. I stayed, never ran away, even thought I could smell blood in the air and feel what was coming. Blood clear and defined, fertile seed, blood the unbelievable journey, blood as its own liberation, blood a river of my songs. My mother had my body laid out in the room where I used to write, my left hand restored to its rightful place. She entwined a rosary between my fingers and scattered the page of my blood-soaked poem inside the coffin, close to me. Blood of silence, jumping into nothingness. Blood, painful moment of my birth, nourished by my last appearance.